and a very good afternoon. Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us. It is Friday. Whoop, 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 whoop. And it's a brilliant, brilliant day. I tell you what, been so busy. Everyone getting very excited about our Taste of the Next Level event, where basically we're moving you up to the next level just for the weekend. So if you're a Platinum member currently, you're not getting 20% off over the course of the weekend, 25% off. And if you're a brand new customer with us, if you've just found us for the first time and you're thinking of making your first purchase, maybe you want to get into colouring and that's the reason you've tuned into this show, 25% off your first shop with us today. And this is a great day to be shopping because I tell you what, we have got an amazing deal coming up over the course of this show on the TriBlends, a deal that you will not believe. So if you've been holding off getting these, it might well have just paid off for you because we've got some fantastic deals coming up over the course of this show. With it being Colour Me Happy as well, we want it to be nice and interactive. We want you to colour along with us too, and I'll give you all the details as to how you can be doing that in just a few moments' time. But we want your pictures, we want to see what you've been colouring, we want your selfies as well, and we need someone to take us through the next couple of hours. Well, we need the very best really for a Friday afternoon, and she's here, the boss is in the building. It's the lovely Sarah.
Oh, Benny says that with all
I don't.
guests. Benny says that with everybody. Yes, guys, this is one of them shows that I pulled rank on, right? Ben, this time, actually it wasn't this time last year, it was around about April time last year, we only had one pack of our TriBlends and I did a Colour Me Happy, and off the back of that, we've had thousands and thousands of people rewatch that show back and buy the pens. So I know that out there, they're watching tonight, there will be at least, I'm going to guess there will be at least 200 people watching right now who've already got these. Now, those 200 of you that I'm talking to, and I'm just guessing based on the fact that about 2/3 of you watching at the moment are going to have them, I want you to get your TriBlends out and colour along with us and send us that selfie, whether it's your TriBlend, your regular TriBlends or your TriBlend brush. I've got tons of techniques that I'm going to go through. So we're going to look at things like just basically how to achieve the absolutely most perfect blend ever, right? How to get that perfect gradation, where to put your shading and colour, how to get that, okay? We're then going to work on how to do portraits, right? So this is one of my favourite ever stamp designs. So we're going to be doing portrait work. We're going to learn how to get the shine on her hair. We're going to learn how to make it look like she's got beautiful cheekbones. We're doing contouring, Ben, but not on your face, we're doing it on her face. It's like, I'm going to teach you all of that, okay? Then, now here's the thing. We were supposed to have a TriBlend brush full collection on.
Oh yeah.
And it completely sold out ahead of the show. So I've had them rustle around and try to put together a bundle with just whatever we could stock-wise. So it won't be a complete collection, but so that I can show you the difference between the brush and the regular pens. And I'm going to teach you how to do all of this, okay? So they're just working on, apparently the deal's gone live on the website, but we're going to try and get you a picture. If we can't get the picture to show you, we'll be able to show you it on the website.
Absolutely.
So we're going to try another. And also, I'm going to show you how to blend different colours. So it's like 4 complete masterclass tutorials on 4 totally different techniques, right? Now, I know you might not have all of those stamps to colour along. What I've done is I've put together the most uber fantastic, amazing download with a little bit of all sorts. Now, this is only half a download. My other half of the download's at home, Ben, right? Because my kids are colouring along live with us at home at the moment, right?
Brilliant.
Now, I'll pop the details on the bottom of your screen so you can see where to get it. If you haven't already downloaded this, it is a complete, but I think it's like 12, maybe more pages, 13 pages to be precise, where I've done things like mandalas for you to practice colouring. I've got some lovely big open spaces so I can teach you how to get the blends on some nice big open spaces.
Brilliant.
We've got some fun stuff.
Yes.
Butterfly. So very similar to the one I'm going to be colouring, so I can teach you something for you to be able to practice your skin tones on, that lovely mermaid there as well. Now, this here, okay, we've got this available as a stamp on the show. I've blown it up so that I can work on it in large to be able to show you. Breaking news, Leanne's been in touch with the artist directly, Morgan Fitzsimmons, over the last few days to see if she'll authorise us to make this available to you so that you can print it off larger. Morgan's just authorised that, so that's not in the download at the moment, but we'll be able to make that available from next week.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Morgan. Right? And then also I've got some of Baz Fennell's artwork. So you know we've done a fantastic Colour Me Happy with Baz, where he teaches you how to make all these elements 3D with your TriBlends. I'm going to be doing a little bit of that as well. And actually I'll see if we can have a look out the back and see if we can find any of Baz's artwork that we might be able to show you live in the show a little bit later. Or at least some of the little samples that we've done from the Baz's little discovery kit that he did with us. So I've got basically, Ben, absolutely tons to teach you in the next 2 hours. If you had any plans for the next 2 hours, other than sitting with a cup of tea and your pens and colouring along with me, go and cancel them now, because I promise you, you would rather be doing this.
Honestly, you would. And I tell you what, already so many of you saying hello, and loads of you have picked up on the deal that we're about to bring you for the TriBlend Complete Collection. 48-piece set this, of course, and the deal on this is phenomenal, right? So you're going to get within this collection, I'll just show you the boards as well with this, but you're going to get within this collection your dual shades, your floral blends, your portrait blends, your woodland shades, your vintage blends, your coastal blends, your natural blends, your burnt orange, your yellow, aqua blue, pink violet, your green and your magenta as well. So you're getting 48 in total. Don't forget, within each of the pens, of course, because you've got that amazing ability to blend with the light, the medium and the dark colour of each colour within each pen. That's like 3 within each, all right? And the fact that you've got all of the blends included, the deal is phenomenal. Let's just work this out as we're showing you all of the different colours that you're going to get. Worth £160, $239. You've made a saving already today of $40.87 or $71.59, which is brilliant. So it's £120 or $168. But here's the kicker, of course, with it being our Taste of the Next Level event, if you're a Platinum member, today you don't take 20% off that price on the screen, you take off 25%. And by my poor mathematics, that brings this collection under 100. Talk about under 100, £90 for the whole collection. US viewers, it comes down to $122.25. I've already got people in the comments saying that they've got this collection already, but at this price, they might have to get one more. Just brilliant. Monica saying, I do love my TriBlends, almost have a complete set, missing one, hopefully it's on its way, then one more to go. A fabulous deal, says Susan, who was with us just a few moments ago on the craft along. What a great deal. Wondering if I need another set for this price. I just might.
Get them for the grandkids.
Yeah.
So our Oliver has these pens, so that's Oliver, my 7-year-old. Loves them. I even progressed him on to the Bush ones, right? And stop press, my mother-in-law got a set this week. She was watching the show on Tuesday where I did a preview of these, and she finally texted me in Cape and said, I think I will have some of them pens, I think I'm going to give this a go. So she is colouring along live with us at home. I've said to send a Telfie so that we'll be able to get, I think we might have it.
I'm doing it now.
She looks deep.
Here she is.
Yeah. And I downloaded the download and dropped it off last night, printed on Nina paper. Oh, look, guess what else we've got as well? They've been homeschooling the kids. Oh, there's our little Oliver. Oh, bless. There's our little Oliver doing that. Oh, that's so cute. So, yes, so if this is you at home, colouring along live with us, we need to see. Can I just let you into a little secret as well? Just look back over at Ben there, right? Usually when we'd show you the pens, right, you'd see that we'd have either the big box, Ben,
yes,
the big boxes, or we'd have all of the sets. If you look at what you've got, you're actually getting a lot of the sets and then a couple of odd individual pens. Have a little look there, right? That's because I wanted you to have the complete collection, and you guys cleaned us out of the box sets, and literally we've got just half a dozen of the singles to be able to complete this. When that stock's gone, right, so you are getting all 48 colours in the collection, you're still getting it all.
Exactly.
But we've had to fudge together a whole collection for the show because so many of you pre-ordered it. We basically did a sneak preview on Tuesday, and all the sets that we had, I mean, you just almost wiped us out. So we've had to put that bundle together. You've wiped us out of the brush tip ones. We haven't got singles to pull on. We're having to just make a bundle of whatever we can. So, yeah, I'm sorry, folks. We are trying our best to get you whatever stock we have, but you are, I think it's this whole taste off then. People are going a bit crazy.
People are going absolutely bonkers. Already 20% of the stock of this is gone. All right, so you've got to go swiftly. Loads of lovely comments already coming in, and it's great to hear who's crafting along. Like Rowena, for example, saying, hi Ben and Sarah from Rowena, and my 6-year-old daughter Lily will be colouring along with you. That's what we want. Let us know who's colouring, and also send in your pictures, send in your selfies. Let's make this really interactive. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Whatever you're working on right now, and if you've got little ones with you too, if you've got the kids or the grandkids currently doing a bit of colouring with you, send in those pictures. We would love to see who is with us this afternoon. And it's great, isn't it, to do stuff like this outside of like the homeschooling. It's Friday now, homeschooling is done. Let's have some fun with the TriBlends. Let's have some fun colouring. Right, let's show you what else we've got on the show, because we've got some other goodies that you might want to get your hands on. So this is the TriBlend brush collection. So this is the one that we've managed to get back in.
I know it says 18 there. So 18,
3, 6,
so 3,
9, 12, 15,
6
18.
3s, 18, we're all good. Just checking.
Me worried then for a second.
I was panicking, Ben. I was thinking, that looks like a lot of pens. They told me we didn't have everything in stock. Oh, whew. You've got most of them.
I get that before it starts out. We'll chat more about the TriBlend brushes and the TriBlends and the differences and all those kind of things. Great chance to get your questions into Sarah as well during this show. That is £45 or $63, less your 25% if you're a platinum member, of course, not 20%, 25% up until the end of the weekend. $33.75 in the UK. If you're shopping in the States, $47.25. The other great thing about this, right, is that we've got a brilliant deal on the full collection, but we're also doing little try me collections, if you like, which are great. So if you just want to have a little bit of a dip your toe into the water and see what you think about the TriBlends, then this is a brilliant way to do it. And here's the thing with these try me collections, $19.99 or $29.95 for the floral TriBlends. But then you're also, in this collection, for example, you're getting the beautiful stamp for free. And I think I'm right in saying that this is quite a new stamp, isn't it? This stamp literally launched a few weeks ago.
Just a couple of weeks ago, Ben, and I wanted to give you something where you could practice the TriBlend technique. So we've given you the flowers because they're the most popular. So we wanted to give you flowers and butterflies to be able to colour it with. So it's a brilliant way to get started, especially if you're getting that extra discount on top of it today. Or maybe you've got the TriBlends and this is a gift that you're getting for someone. That's the best way to get everybody else started. Now we've done this one, Ben, with the florals, but then we've done another one for those of you that want to practice doing your skin tones. So we've done the portrait collection with that Mother Nature stamp set that I'm going to be using. And to be honest, never have too many. Even if you've got the TriBlend portraits, it's worth going for this one today to get that stamp, because these are the pens that you basically are going to use the most.
Yeah, $19.99 again, saving 20% already, save another 25% on top of that as well, or $29.95 if you're shopping with us in the US. Now we've also got a little Try Me brush collection as well. So again, just dipping your toe in the water here with the TriBlend brushes. As I say, I know a few of you have been asking, I know lots of you have been chatting with Sarah about various things and various questions, and one of them is a few of you chatting about what's the difference between the TriBlends and the brushes. All of that will be covered, but if you want to go for this collection, $19.98 or $29.90 for that deal, less 25% if you're platinum up until the end of the weekend. Now, there's loads of comments coming through, and we will do these as Sarah gets colouring, because guaranteed over the course of the show she will go quiet. I know what happens in these shows now.
You know
I'm
me
used
well.
to them. I know the colouring comas. Now I picked this out, right, because this next thing I'm going to show you, the deal on this is amazing. I remember when I saw this for the first time, and I said it once, I say it again, when we got this back in stock, Fiona was going absolutely doolally about this. Honestly, well, not honestly, she wasn't. She was doing cartwheels around the studio about how excited she was about this rotating.
I would love to have seen Fiona doing
board.
cartwheels.
She was jumping up and down, doing cartwheels, singing the praises about this rotating design board. Here's the deal on this before we just talk about the board, and we'll get Sarah's take on this. This is worth $15.99 any day of the week, or $19.99. You've got a discount on that already of 10%, $14.39 or $17.99. But here's the thing, you get another 25% off this because you're a platinum member, correct? Yes. Yes, that brings the price down to £10.79 or $13.49. If you have been thinking, shall I, shan't I, on this board, you have got to go for it today because it is such a brilliant bit of kit, and it's one of those bits of kits that until you get it, you won't really realise how much you needed it all those times when you were trying to do your colouring. And not just for colouring as well, this will come into its own in so many different levels of craft and outside of craft as well. This is a phenomenal bit of kit, Sarah, isn't it? For just over a tenner today, bargain.
Crazy for those of you who are Platinum members getting the Platinum Plus discount at the moment. So basically, I've clipped on here I've just printed out my sheets. I'm clipping them onto the top, and it just means that as I'm working, I can start in colour. So I can start here, and I can do a little bit into there. And then once I've got them, right, all I'm going to do is go from the dark into the mid, and just, can you see, as I'm just literally rotating it as I'm wanting to kind of get into the areas that I want to colour with, Ben.
Yeah.
That is what makes life so much easier. You know, when I want to get into the tip, I can go that way. When I want to get into this tip, I can go this way. And like I said, you don't realise how much you appreciate it until you start working with it.
Yeah. And the other thing to say with this as well, it's a sturdy bit of kit. You've got the ball bearing design there to make it spin round really quickly. You've got the bulldog grip on there as well, and that comes off, right? So it's not just stuck to the top of the board. You can manoeuvre that around the board wherever you want it to go. So whatever you're doing, you know, whether you're colouring, whether you're doing your drawing, your sketching, your painting, it's so super handy. Debbie Fisher, who I was with last weekend, uses this for board games as well.
Does she?
Yeah, she uses it, particularly when she's playing Scrabble. Because it's, 9 times out of 10 you're the wrong side of the board, so she pops a board game on there and spins it around. So yeah, not just a crafty board, but for sort of other areas of life as well. It's super handy. You've got to go for this today for just over a tenner. Or just over $13 if you're shopping with us in the US. Super, super handy. I've no doubt those will fly out, particularly at that price today. It's definitely worth going for. Right, let's put details back on the screen of your TriBlends, the complete collection. Almost a quarter of the stock has gone. These are flying out the door. They'll go, honestly, for £90. It is an unbelievable buy today. And sorry, I know you're going to show us loads, but for people who are just watching for the first time and they're hearing this word TriBlend, why do I need to get them? What are these TriBlends all about, and how are they going to benefit us?
Okay, so I'm just going to put this right out there now. I'm totally taking the credit for this one, right? I'm totally taking the credit because, right, so Leanne taught me, Ben, how to do my colouring all these years ago, right? Even before we developed our own pens, Leanne taught me how to colour with with other brands of pens that were out there. And what you always needed to do was get 3 colours of the same pen. So you always needed a dark, a medium and a light. And what I found was kind of difficult. So as somebody who didn't really understand colour theory and art, and all of this side of thing, right? I didn't understand the difference between a light, an ice blue grey and a warm grey, right? So a cool grey and a warm grey, and I didn't understand the difference. And what happens is if you don't understand about colour theory, you start blending all the wrong colours together and it just becomes an absolute disaster. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
So what she did was we came up with the colouring system. This is the royal way. I'm letting Leanne have credit for that one. Leanne came up with the colouring system, which is when we named all of our pens. So, for example, all the ones that were in the ice grey category would be then prefixed with an IG. And I just had to learn that I blended all the IGs together.
Okay.
And then everything that was a cool grey was prefixed CG. And I had to learn that I just blended all the CGs together. And what I didn't ever do is mix an ice grey, an IG one, with a cool grey, a CG.
Got ya.
So basically the trick was, when you use our Spectrum Noir markers, and it was a revolutionary colour system at the time, you basically have 3 pens of the same colour family all in one, right? So I said, well, that's great. And we sold millions and millions of pens all over the world, okay? And then I said one day, wouldn't it be easy if you just have one pen? Because do you know what happens, Ben, right? We sell these pens all over the world. People go into a shop, and even though I've said to them, for this to work, you need a light, a medium and a dark in the same colour family. You can't help it when you get there. You think, do you know what? I could buy a light, a medium and a dark in blue, but then I can only colour blue.
Yeah.
Or I can buy a blue, a yellow and a green, and I can colour 3 different colours. So they buy one of each, which means then they only use alcohol pens for permanent. They don't get to do any blending because they don't have the 3 shades. And I said, why don't we put 3 colours in one pen. So for example, if you look at this one here, these are the green turquoises. And can you see we have green turquoise 1, green turquoise 2, and green turquoise 3. So we've got a light, a medium, and a dark, all within the same colour family. So when you saw me doing that blend there, what I'm doing, Ben, let me just put my pen together because I find it easier to use it as one, right? I'm going to start off with the very, very dark one. So you always, I prefer to blend dark to light, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm putting the dark colour in there first. Then what happens is, and I'll put this right in the middle of the screen so you can get nice and close, I'm going to come in with the middle one, and where the dark one finishes, you go over it with little circular motions. And what that does is, the lighter colour actually bleaches out a little bit of the darker shade. Yeah. So it does that little bit of a bleach on there. And then you come in with the very light one, and you bleach over the end of the light of the medium one. So you're always stepping down from a dark colour into just a mid colour. And that's how we get that perfect ombre of one shade into the next one. So I can do the same here with the hydrangeas. So you've got hydrangea, light, medium and dark, 1, 2 and 3. And I'm going to colour this one in here. So I come in with the very, very dark one and I'm put in the dark hydrangea. Now you've got hydrangea blend, you've got the dusty purple blend, you've got the lavender blend, all very, very different colours. And actually what I'll do, I'll spoil my picture a little bit, but it'll really illustrate the point for you, okay? So these are all your hydrangeas, right? Yeah. So I've gone into the medium and then I'm going into the light now. And you can see they're all the same colour family, but different shades of the same colour family, right? If I pick up the purple blend, which is a different shade, but I don't know about you, but I just pick up one and think, oh, it's a purple pen, it's a purple pen, right? However, if I come to this one, Ben, and I colour here, the dark one here, right? So I've got dark in here, and then I go dark, and then into the medium. You can see that I'm doing exactly the same again. I'm just blending over the edge, and we've got that lovely medium shade one in there, right? So I've got the dark, the medium, right? And then I come straight into the light, going over the edge there. Yeah. Can you see how we've got that lovely ombre? However, it's a completely different shade of purple to the one that was over here, right? So and you can see there. Now, if what you'd done, if you didn't understand, and come on, I'm going to ruin my picture for you. I'll do it because I love you guys. I want you to see and understand, right? If you didn't understand, you might come in with the dark one, right? And then you might go with the medium one in a different shade. And then actually, look, it just doesn't even blend, right? And then you might come in, let's have a look, we might have got lavender, which just looks like another purple to me, right? But then you come in with lavender on the top, and it's just a completely different colour again. Yeah. And the whole thing hasn't worked. And you've just ruined your whole project. Well, we haven't, because I'm going to go back over it with this. But this is why you need me, or should I say, us lovely folks at Crafters Companion, to do all the thinking. You've got the purple blend are all PLs. The hydrangea blend are all HBs. The lavender blend are all LVs. But you don't even need to look at the colour, Ben. You just know you pick up one pen, and as we colour with one pen, the whole thing's just going to work. Yeah. So I'm going to go back and fix this one, and then I'm going to teach you about why we've got 48 colours in the set and how we do our expansion packs.
Well, listen, brilliantly explained, and hopefully if you are new to this and you've been wondering, like the questions are being answered, get those questions in as well. As much as what you said, your tell fees and your pictures in of what you're doing, get those questions in as well. Loads of comments coming in. It's going to take the whole show to get through them. Tracy is saying, hello from Ottawa, Canada. My favourite show of the week. I've been colouring since the first of the month. Love my TriBlends. Margie on Facebook, so excited for the show. And Tansy Pansy on YouTube just saying, love, and have all the TriBlends. I watch the video Sarah did every night for a week. I'm now an expert. Get so excited with all I do with them. Best buy ever, says Tansy Pansy. I die cut white and colour them. Absolute perfection. That's what you guys are saying about these.
Do you know, and I hear it, Ben, over and over again. People who have our TriBlend pens. Honestly, once you start colouring with them, you never look back. And whether that's a beginner colourist, whether that's for someone who does understand colour theory and has been doing colouring a lot, or whether that's someone like my incredibly talented 7-year-old who all of his friends, Ben, are just using cheap felt tip pens.
Yeah, they
my
would be.
Oliver is using very high-end alcohol pens and doing blending. He's like all beyond his years. He's so talented. And then my 4-year-old Charlie thinks he can be the same. And shall I let you off? Do you want to know the Davies household secret pen?
Yeah.
Secret, right? Yeah. So our Charlie's only allowed the aqua pens.
Ah.
Because they wash out of everything. And honestly, by the time our Charlie's finished colouring something, it's
more on him.
How he gets it everywhere, I've got no idea. So Charlie's pens are the turquoise ones, Oliver's are the black ones. In other words, you can have the aqua. It's since he drew on my cream couch, which had covers which I unzipped and just chucked it. Oh yeah, I put the picture on my Facebook page. He drew all over my cream couch.
What, he decided to colour it in?
Yes. So now we don't allow that. So, right, do you want me to start and explain to you a little more about the different
Yes,
shades,
please,
right?
let's have a look.
So here we go. In fact, can I borrow your, or you can show them? Will you show? No, I'm going to have them. I'm coming over for them. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm having your colour charts. Yeah, I want to show everybody the colour charts because I want to explain, okay? So, in the first 24 pens that we brought out, these were the colours. So you had 24 different colours, right? And they are all the colours that you need. So that, for example, you know I talked about the purples? You would get the purple, the hydrangea and the lavender, and you can see how they're all different shades of purple. You've got different shades of jade, everything. You've got basically, you might think, oh, it's only 24 pens, but it's not, because it's 24 pens, but each one is 3 colours in there, right? Now, we thought that was enough, but you guys always want more. So what we did was we released a new 12 colours, right? So there's 12 new colours, which give you, so then in total, there's 24, there's 36 colours of pens, right? There are only 36 colour families. So in them 36 colours, you've got all of them. So I know what you're thinking. Why have I got 48 pens?
Yeah, why have I
in the
got 48?
Right, so if you look now at these ones here, right? So I'm going to cover them top 6 up. These 12 here are extension pens. So for example, here is Coral Blend, here is Coral Shade, right? Here is Ice Grey Blend, here's Ice Grey Shade. Fair Skin Blend, we only have one. Tan Blend, Tan Shade, right? So all of these are extension packs. So for example, if I show you here the Coral, what you've got is, in the first pen, right, which is the Coral Blend, you have Coral 1, 3 and 6. In the Coral Shade, you have Coral 7, 8 and 10. So you can see that they are a much deeper extension onto these ones here.
Yeah.
But they're all the same. So if I take that and make it come to life in our colouring here, right? Let's colour one of these beautiful ones in. I always start with the shade pen, right? So I'm going to go first of all with the very darkest, which is Coral 10. So I'm coming in here with Coral 10. So we've got our lovely bit of Coral 10. Then I'm going to step down into Coral 8, the middle one. And quite often the steps are so small you don't notice them until all the alcohol's evaporated away. Right, Coral, we're on to Coral 7 now, so we're lightening up a little bit, Ben, and we're going into Coral 7. Notice I'm always going over the edge of that line with the little circular motions, right? So now we're into 7. But then, instead of having 3 pens in the blend, I've got 6. So I can go from 7, step it down to 6. And because it's the same colour family, look how beautifully well it's blended and given me a deeper ombre down the shading. So now I've gone to 6, right? And then I'm going down, stepping it down to 3. So I'm stepping it down to 3 here, and we're just getting that lovely blend over the end. And the more you go over, the more you'll get that lovely ombre kind of coming in there. And then I'll step it right down to Coral 1. And we're into a nice pale shade. So can you see how we've got there 6 steps of the colour instead of 3? That's when we use our shades. So if you want to really go deep shades, you want something where you've got the blend in the shade. I'm going to do exactly the same, Ben, with the turquoise here. Now I'll do a different one with the turquoise shade so you can see.
I think it's the first time I've seen that.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. obviously used to seeing the TriBlends, but I don't think I've ever seen like the 6 blends, as it were. And that is phenomenal. Like, I thought TriBlends were taking it to the next level, but that's taking it to the next level again, isn't it? so brilliant. But like you said, so like self-explanatory when you see that and see how quickly you can become an expert colorist. Who was it who said a minute ago? Someone just saying, was it Tansy Pansy, I think, saying, look, I had them a little while, and like, within a week, feel like I've become an expert colorist. And that's another great point, isn't it? The fact that your little lad has taken these on and is becoming an expert colorist at the tender age of, what is he, 7?
Yeah, 7-year-old.
Yeah.
7-year-old, bless him. And do you know what, Ben? I mean, honestly, my flabber is gusted that there's anybody even watching the show today that doesn't already own these. These have become like our flagship product when it comes to colouring. Anybody that loves colouring enough that they're watching Colour Me Happy, but haven't done anything, haven't used the TriBlend pens. Yeah. Trust me, you just need to get these.
Particularly at this deal today, the fact that you've got all of them, like with the extension colours, as it were. So 48 in total, and it's £90 today for Platinum members. £90 in the US comes down to $122.25. I just don't think there's ever been a better time to get these. I really, really don't. You've got to grab them today. And I will tell you that over a quarter of the stock of these has gone as well. So for Sarah saying, I don't know anyone who hasn't got these, there's still loads of you who haven't. Maybe it's new people watching for the first time and they're going, do you know what? These are fantastic. I need these in my life. Get them today. Honestly, this is such a phenomenal deal. And so many great messages coming in as well. Josie Mitchell saying, coffee ready, totally absorbed, got the pens, so need this. Annika saying, I love the TriBlends. June saying, love the Mother Nature stamp, so please Sarah, like the one I coloured on Facebook today. That Mother Nature stamp is part of one of the little Try Me bundles we've got, and you actually get that for free. Lynn saying, great job, Oliver, your colouring is fantastic. We saw little Oliver's picture a little while ago. Debbie saying, hello from South Wales, I've just bought the complete set of TriBlends.
Yes, you are in for an absolute treat. South Wales, we'll get them out to you. You'll have them in the next couple of days and you will be absolutely, you'll just be falling in love with colouring all over again.
And who knows, maybe by this time next week, you'll be calling yourself an expert colourist as well, like some of our other viewers already are. Yeah, Debbie saying, very excited to get them. So useful for travelling with when I eventually can. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got plenty of storage cases for you as well with those. Oh wow, I really want the skin tone markers, says Kim, and I want the brush pens, says Sam on Facebook. We have got a selection of the brush pens available for you. You will need to be quick on those though, because I know stock wise we do not have a lot. We didn't have them in stock because you bought them all, and then Sarah waved her crafty magic wand.
Well, I couldn't magic them out of thin air. What I had to do was, because they said, well, we can't sell the bundles, Sarah, because we don't have them all. We've now sold out of some of the packs. And I said, right, well, whatever we've got, I want them in a special offer on my show. Don't even come back to me and say, because they were going to have them just on at full price. And I was like, no, they've got to be on a special offer. It's a Colour Me Happy special extravaganza. I am absolutely having those at special offer. Go back and sort something out.
And within moments, it was done. And a few people just admiring my shirt again today, which I'm quite enjoying. Saying it matches with all the colours.
Just so you know, Ben, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, that is just me kind of, I always like that image. It's in the colouring download so that you can kind of have a go, but I like you to have that image to practice with. A lot of the images that we've got in that set are for practicing. Just for anyone who's kind of joined us a little bit late on the show, okay, that is me showing you the basics and explaining the principle of how the pens work. So if you've joined us late, just go back and watch that little bit and then get yourself caught up, okay? What we're going to do now that we know the basics, I'm going to progress on and show you how to do those in an actual, so we're going to do this daffodil, so I can show you how to use it in a real life sense of the word. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to a full-on skin and hair tutorial. So once we've learned how to take the principles we've learned and apply them to that flower, we're then going to do the skin tutorial and the hair and the flowers on that beautiful Mother Nature stamp. Then I'm going to be teaching you how to use the TriBlend brush, unless all of the brush, well look, even if all the brush pens sell out, right? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to use them. They're going to be full price. So I'll still do the demo either way and teach you why you would want the brush tip, because the TriBlend brush, folks, I'll let Ben show you. Have you got some TriBlend brush? Did you manage to get some? Brilliant. I can send you one over if you want to show them like the brush, or I'll get mine out with the brush nibs on the end. I'm also going to show you how to do some colour mixing, where we can mix it to different colours. And I did say in that Colour Me download, so get your download. I've only got half of mine here, the other half's at home, the kids are colouring it in, right? But in your download, I've put some things for you to practice, like this sheet's brilliant for practicing on with it, right? But then I've also put some of these in. You're probably looking and thinking, well, what are they for? These are Baz's mandalas, because when you do the colouring like this, it's all about making your image look three-dimensional. This is some of Baz's artwork, and he actually drew us those ones specifically to go in our Colour Me Happy download. So this is the sort of work I'm going to be teaching you how to do, what we can do that a little bit later in the show. I mean, they are, look at this one here. Look at how it's light over and goes to dark. So that is what we're going to be covering in the next hour and a half. That is all of that with TriBlend pens. I mean, it is just absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to get ready for the daffodil. We're going to do the daffodil first. If you are colouring along live with us, do not forget, send us your pictures. I want to see who's colouring along. Basically, because once I start colouring, I get into a colouring coma and Ben's got no one to talk to, so he has to talk to you instead of me. Let's just be honest.
No, it's true.
Why we do that on these shows?
It's true. I learned that very quickly on the Colour Me Happy shows with Sarah. So it just goes quiet, and then you like, have I done something wrong? No, she just goes into a colouring coma. So it's all fine. Loads of lovely comments coming in, and some questions as well, which we'll put to Sarah over the course of the show. The TriBlend Complete Collection, though, is proving so popular. Look at 30% of the stock has gone now inside 40 minutes of the show. So get it whilst you can. There's never been a better time, seriously, because you're paying £90 as a Platinum member today, or $122.25 for the full collection. And honestly, once you see how easy it is to get colouring with these, you are just going to absolutely love them. It's a great chance to get this collection today for, I think, the lowest price I've ever seen it for, if you're a Platinum member particularly. The best deal ever on this, officially. So there you go. And don't forget, of course, if you have already got these, tell everybody else why you love them. Tell us when you got them, what you've been using them for. Send us your pictures as well, of course, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we will show all of those pictures in just a few moments' time. But I love it when you guys are chatting with each other. We had it so much last week as well, when you were kind of telling each other why to get the pens, when we had newbies on board, why you needed these particular things. You tell everybody else, because it's great, for you to be able to, express why you love the products so much. Right, this is, again, a phenomenal deal. I know we don't have a lot of stock of this at all, so I would go swiftly if I were you. 10% of this stock has already gone for the complete, it's the 18-piece collection. £45 or $63 is the deal on this. Your TriBlend brushes. So within this collection, you're going to get your autumn hues, and once again with these, it's 3, but it's like 9 pens you've got really, because you've got all of the beautiful different blends within each of the colours. So with this one, you've got your burnt orange, your greens, your golds. Then we move on to your natural tones. Once again, I'll show you the brush nib on these as well, because that is the difference with these. Absolutely stunning. You've then got your winter holiday. Again, this is all of your sort of greens and your blues. You've got pinks in there too. Then you've got your woodland walk. Again, you can see you've got gorgeous greens and browns, and all of the ability to be able to blend these absolutely perfectly. That one there is your spring blooms, and then if I show you from your cottage garden, this is your pinks, your light green and your purple blend in here. You can just see for yourself, once again, one pen, but the 3 different hues within it. So your light, your medium, and your middle, if you like, and your dark, and you can see that you've got with that brush nib on there, just allowing the blend to be so easy for you. £45 or $63, and again, less your 25% on that comes down to $33.75 or $47.25. It really is a stunning deal to go for. Just before we have a look at the pictures, the one question which I see a lot, and I know that Sarah, I think a few people have already mentioned this. So you've got your TriBlends and your TriBlend brushes. If you're somebody who's looking to buy a set today, would you necessarily go for the brushes or would you go for the TriBlends? Which would you go for if you were looking to buy a set today?
So when you're just starting, the easiest ones to control are your regular TriBlend. The brush is like the next step in the journey. Which is why I guess they've been more popular, because the majority of you watching today are on that first step of your journey and have the regular TriBlend, so you're progressing onto the brush. What I can do, if you want, in this next demo, I can do a little bit of both, Ben.
Okay.
We can use the same colours. So if I just show you here, he's one of the brush pens, so he's golden yellow.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same. You've got golden yellow 1, 3 and 5 in this one, but they've got that beautiful brush nib. Now let me just show you, if I start with a brush, so if we do the top of the daffodil here, right, I'm going to start off, so can you see you've got basically, you are able to cover a much wider area with that brush, right, with the largest colour, but you've got to be, it takes a little bit more control, okay? So then what I can do is I can come in with the darkest shade. So I've come up round the end. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know, I'm trying to be really helpful with the rotating board. And now I'm able to rotate. It's really not helpful, bless, with the... Now watch what I'm doing. I'm following, Ben, the shading around the edge, right? And then you come into the medium. So again, you're just going over the edge, and it's that I mean, the brush nib is absolutely gorgeous to work with. It really, really is. So it just takes that little bit more control. A lot of people feel frightened about it because it feels like it's a paintbrush. Yeah. Whereas we're all fine with felt tip pens, no problem. Paintbrushes, bit scary, right? So can you see, there's where I've been able to get that same blend there with the brushes still, right? So I've still got that beautiful ombre, but I'm just going, it just takes a little bit more control, a little bit of practice. So if I do the same now, I've got the golden yellow blend in my regular TriBlend. You can watch me do the same there. Yeah, and I'm basically going to stop talking now, Ben, it's all yours.
Good stuff. That's the other thing I love about these shows, where it's like, I'm going to stop talking, you talk.
Yep. Please talk to Ben, folks. It would really appreciate it.
Oh, they are talking. Do not worry about that. I've got messages galore. I could stand here and talk for the next hour and 15 minutes with all the messages that are coming in. Angela's saying the TriBlends are perfect for colouring when out and about. Less pens needed in my bag and in my hand. That's another great point, isn't it? You think about how great these are for, you know, making you a professional colourist, but actually, the amount of room that they don't take up, which is just fantastic. Jodie's saying I have the TriBlend collection, but I had to get the brush marker collection today at this great price. There you go, exactly what Sarah's saying there. People already getting the TriBlends and then moving on to those brush markers as well. I ordered the complete TriBlend set, the large one, 2 days ago. It says Marilyn on YouTube. This is a great class for me. Laura May on YouTube, I see the TriBlends as a gift to myself. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Valentine's gift for yourself. Valentine's next weekend. You should definitely do it. And Tracy Wood on Facebook is saying, I have the total set of the first Spectrum Noir alcohol markers, a few of the classiques, but I'm really loving the TriBlends. They take the guesswork out of blending the right colours, and the brush nib is awesome.
Do you know what I find it is about it, Ben, right?
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a lazy colourist.
A bit of a what?
A bit of a lazy
colourist.
Oh,
a lazy colourist, yeah.
Yep, so I don't really want to think, to me, colouring is my bit of escape time. I don't want to be thinking about what colours I'm picking up or whatever. So the TriBlends just mean that you don't have to think. You just got to literally pick up one pen and all of that is in the same pen. Yeah. I mean, it just makes it so much easier. So if you're a lazy colourist like me, if you're not lazy at all and you actually, you know, you're colouring, you give it 110% of your attention all the time, then you'll be fine just picking up regular pens. But for me, I just want to get lost in my own little world with colouring, so I need someone else to have done the thinking. And that someone else is Leanne. Thank you, Leanne.
Well done, Leanne.
I'm still taking credit for the idea. I was the one who said put 3 pens in, and they said, you can't put 3 pens in 1 pen. I said, I don't see why not. Go and try it. Try a bit harder. And then we got 3 pens in 1. So I'm totally taking credit for all of that.
Exactly. Yeah. You can do it.
She worked out which pens went with each other and how to do all of that.
Rose saying, can we talk about the 6 blends of TriBlends? Could you please tell us which colours are included in each pack? When we go through it again, yeah, we'll go through
you
each
do
one
that while I'm
colouring.
Hey, do you know what we could swap? I could go in the little box. You could go in the big box, Ben.
I don't know if I'm... I don't. Oh, you've just been told off by Charlotte. Now, normally, Charlotte, our director, tells me off, but that means no.
Maybe you can stay in the little box bed and just hold the pictures up right in front of your face, and everyone can see them.
No, it's. Hang on a minute, right, here's that you can tell the bosses in the house, right? So I've made suggestions in the past about little things whilst we're on air, and Charlotte will go, not doing that, fuck. And now Sarah's mentioned it, she's going, I've just got a few little things I need to do, I'll do it for you, Sarah, I'll do it for you.
Well, it's going to be perks of being the boss, Ben, come on.
I know. Right, so your floral blends, okay, is your bright pink. You've then got in there your lavender blend, your purple, you've then got your dark red, your orange, and your citrus blends. That's within your florals. This is where I knock down the whole of the set. Your coastal blends.
That took Jake ages.
I know it did. Don't put any more pressure on me. Is your ice blue, your blue turquoise, your true blue, your green turquoise, your jade green, and your light green. That is your coastal blends. All right, then. We've got, this is your jewel shade. So your jewel is your dark red, your true blue, your coral, your bright pink, your blue turquoise, and your pale pink. So that's your jewel. And then completing the bottom row, this is your portrait, isn't it? Yeah, your portrait blend. So your portrait is your pale pink, your fair skin, your gold brown, your tan, and your earth brown as well. Oh, I'm making a right old mess of this. Level them up, Mosby, for goodness sake.
I love you saying it to sound like it's a shock.
At least I haven't knocked him over yet,
right old bend of this.
At least I haven't knocked him over. So your woodland shades, in this is your... Oh, you've done it, look!
I'm there,
You're in the box at the top!
Watch what will happen now. Everybody will complain that they don't want to see me small, they want to see me big, and then you'll have to go again.
Well, I know, yeah, exactly right. Well, I'll rattle through these. So woodland is your jade green, your gold browns, your tan, your ice grey, earth brown, and brown grey. Then you have got your vintage blends. So this is your vintage blue, antique pink, your dusty purple, muted brown, yellow green, and your red brown. And then last, but by no means least, is this one here, which is your natural blends. This is light yellow, citrus green, dull green, hydrangea, ice grey, and your brown grey within that collection there. And as we said, you're going to get all of that included. You've then also got, of course, don't forget your gold yellow, your magenta, your alpine green, your aqua blue, your pink violet, and your burnt orange included too. So that is all of them right there for you. Stock-wise, we are now a third of the stock has gone. You've got to go swiftly if you want to grab these. They are flying out of the door. Best ever deal, £90 today, or 122.25 if you're platinum. 25% off. You've got to get, if you don't get them right now and you want them, get them before the end of the weekend, for the goodness sake, because that 25% will not be there come Monday. Jenny says, I'm watching along whilst out to breakfast with my hubby for my birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday.
I hope your husband doesn't mind then.
Nah, it'll be fine. It's a birthday. She can do what she wants. Do you want a few questions whilst you're colouring, Sarah?
Go on, yes, because what I'm doing, by the way, is I'm going round the outline. Now you've watched me do all of the blend, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the outline. Yeah. And I'm going to go just round the outline here so that you can see exactly. It's kind of, basically, if you go out the lines at all, Ben, this kind of, this is a bit of a catch-all, right? Oh, I've gone with the dark one here, but I didn't mean to. I meant to go with the light one, but I quite like that there, actually. Right. Yep.
Right, just some questions. There's a few people asking if I can sing whilst you're colouring.
So, do you know, I think we should play that later, Ben. People will tell everybody what's going on, because there'll be a lot of people who are wondering what on earth you're talking about.
So basically, people are asking if I can sing because I did a little sea shanty for Craig. Long story short, here in the UK, there's a sea shanty that's gone viral, and it's called the Wellerman, right? It's an old sea shanty from like about 150 years ago, and I heard it, I really liked it, and I thought, I've written parodies and stuff in the past, and I thought, you know what, I wonder if I can rewrite that for someone or something. And I thought, Wellerman could be crafty man, and I thought, who's the craftiest man I know? Craig. So I thought, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write it. Well, the thing is, I went to bed, next morning I woke up and I had it all in my head, exactly what I was going to write. So I wrote the lyrics down at breakfast, went into my little man cave where I've got a bit of a recording set up, recorded the 4 tracks, did a little video. And here's the funny thing, I sent it off to Laura, one of our producers, to say, do you want to use this in Craig's wake-up call? I sent it to her on WhatsApp and the 2 blue ticks came up to kind of show that she'd seen it. I didn't get a reply for 3.5 hours. So at this point, I'm thinking, yeah, she thinks it's terrible, she thinks it's awful. But then, of course, she liked it, did the little video, and then we played it out for Craig this morning on his wake-up call, and yeah, he loved it. You heard it the other day, Sarah, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it when it was in progress yesterday. Absolutely loved it, loved it. Text Ben yesterday. I was like, Ben, this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, mate. Yeah. So yeah, we'll show you. Let us know if you saw it in the comments this morning. I want to hear from everybody. And then if not, if you're wondering what we're talking about, again, also let us know in the comments, and we can play that later in the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Whilst I'm trying to get up to speed on crafting, sort of music and lyrics has always been my sort of creative thing, my little kind of thing, which I can do creatively. Although having said that, as I say, getting in on the crafty action, I'm taking home some crafty stuff at the end of the weekend that Craig sorted me out with. Got a little MIDI and a little subscription box to take home to do some crafting. My daughter, and this ties into what we're talking about here now, my daughter is so eager to get making cards and get getting more crafty. And now's the time. And I know you touched on this as well, Sarah, looking at your Instagram. This last week has been Children's Mental Health Awareness Week.
Yes.
And crafting is something which has been said is so good for the mental health and wellness, isn't it?
It's what everyone talks about. The schools are telling them to do more craft as part of homeschooling. I mean, honestly, craft it's brilliant for the kids, it's brilliant for your grandma, it's brilliant for everybody in between, men and women alike. And colouring is the best place to get started. If you know someone who, and I've got a lot of friends who have been, really struggling at the moment, and I just think, that pack of floral pens, for example, brilliant place for them to get started. Look at that, Ben. I've got that daffodil done. It looks fabulous, even if I do say so myself. And then what I've got is that. So I've just done the colouring for you.
That's brilliant.
But actually, this one here, you can see. I'll show you the card. I'll stand it up on the front. There's the card that I did and coloured it all in, and I think that looks lovely. It just shows you what you can be doing. Because a lot of people sit and colour for the pleasure of colouring, but then it's actually what to do with all the colouring you've done. So what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to get them ready, and I will do the skin.
The Mother
Nature tutorial. So bear in mind, if you're wanting to get the portrait set comes with this stamp. I've done a printout of this slightly larger so that the camera can see it easier. And stop press, we've had confirmation from Leanne, who's spoken to the artist, who's given us permission to make this available in a download. So, the guys will have to work on it over the weekend to get it right. So early next week, by Monday, we'll endeavour to have this up on our social media channels, and in Monday's email I'll get them to put a little note of where you can go to download it. Basically the same place you'll go to download all of your other colouring. So I'll get the colours ready. Yep. If you are wanting to colour along, I've made a note. You need the fair skin blend, the pale pink blend, the golden brown shades, the coral shades, the dark red blend and shade, purple blend and citrus blend.
Brilliant. Just a few questions as well about the download. 2 options for the free download. So the UK version is sized for A4 paper. The US version is sized for US letter paper, which is 8.5 by 11, of course. So hopefully that's cleared that up. There's so many comments coming in. It's one of these shows again, when Sarah is in town, the comments get off the chart. What I'll try and do is piece all of the questions together that you sent, and let's say in about 10 minutes or so, once Sarah's into her next demo, I'll quick fire all of these questions at Sarah, because there's questions about the TriBlends and different cardstock and all these kind of things, which we'll put to Sarah in just a few moments time. Right, let's just recap on some goodies that we've got on the show. The portrait TriBlend collection with that free stamp, so with the Mother Nature stamp, $19.99 or $29.95. I can show you the stamp actually. There we go. You saw it just a few moments ago. So that does come with your portrait blends. So it basically works out that you're paying $19.99 for your TriBlends, and that beautiful Mother Nature stamp that you can see there is yours absolutely free. $19.99 or $29.95, less 25% of course if you're a platinum member, $14.99 or $22.46 for that one right there. And the other brilliant thing of course is if you haven't already got these and you're wanting to colour along, get these now. And then, of course, you can do the colouring along when you rewatch the show back at your leisure. Right, let's have a look at some pictures. And just to show that everybody's colouring along with us, who's this, Sarah?
Yeah, this is my Grace. This is my little niece, Grace.
Cute.
Nana's babysitting today. So I'm going to guess that's great. That looks like Charlie's pens there. She looks like she's up to trouble, doesn't she? Yeah, so Grace is also only allowed to use Charlie's pens, not Oliver's. Oh, isn't she gorgeous, our little Grace?
Oh,
That's my
love
sister.
that.
My sister Helen, that's her little daughter.
And talking of family members, here's my little one, not so little, my 9-year-old Daisy. Yeah, she was doing some colouring yesterday. One of her projects for PSHE was to design a poster all about healthy lifestyle. So that was her little poster that she did yesterday. But she's so excited about the fact that I'm here and crafting and stuff. And she keeps asking, do you think I can come up and do a show? And I was like, well, maybe when you're a little bit older.
Yes!
So I'm taking some more crafty bits home for Daisy this weekend, and we're going to craft along together, which is just brilliant. So there we go. Tracy has been doing some colouring as well. These are the Lee Holland stamps, aren't they?
Tracy, look at the blend on that flower. Oh, I tell you what, that is perfect. Oh, and she's also done this mermaid. Look at the depth she's got on that gorgeous tail of the mermaid. I love that image. That's a really beautiful one. It's quite a challenging one to colour as well, Tracy, so you've done an amazing job there.
I love these. Keep sending in your pictures, please. Whatever you have been, you've been colouring recently. I'm just being told there's loads coming in. Charlotte's going as fast as she can, loading them onto the system. She's just telling me how much she loves it when you send in all those photos as well. She's still cursing me the other day for asking you to send in pictures of cats. She's never let that one go. But yes, studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Get those pictures in, and as fast as we can upload them, we will share them over the course of only an hour to go now, but grab whatever it is you want, and please go for the TriBlend collection. £90 today if you're a platinum member, or $122.25. Almost 40% of that stock has gone, so don't wait around. Even if the stock is still here come Monday, you're not going to get that extra 25% off. The Taste of the Next Level event runs out at end of play on Sunday. Right, we're going to have a
stock ain't going to be here on Monday, Ben. I'm just going to tell you. So what will happen is there'll be another one of the 6-box set, and once they go, then you'll just have to see even if we could, like we've had to do with the TriBlend brush, a shortened pack won't have all the colours in, and then you'll just be fine later down the line you'll be wanting to add to the colour collection. So if you want everything in the set, today we have everything in the set, but that's probably only today, and then we're going to be out of stock, and then we're going to be waiting for the stock to come in months and goodness knows what. Right, are you ready? Are you ready for that colouring tutorial? So remember what I said. What I'm going to do first of all, Ben, is I'm going to colour her face, and I'm going to show you. Can you see on the face, she actually looks like she's got cheekbones here. Yeah. So we're going to get the depth on her face. We're also going to put the cheekbones in, and for that, I'm going to use the Fair Skin blend. So it's Fair Skin 6, 7 and 8 in the set it is. So we'll use the Fair Skin blend. And then actually to add the pink onto her cheeks, we're going to use the Pale Pink blend, right? So we're going to use the couple of shades from the Pale Pinks. Then I'll move from that onto doing her hair, and for her hair I'm going to use the golden brown, but I'm going to use the golden brown blend and the golden brown shade. So look, there's the deeper one, the golden brown blend and shades, so that we can get that light bouncing off her hair. So I'll do them, and then we'll get onto the flowers and the leaves as well. I can just be nice and quiet, Ben, as long as everyone can see what I'm doing. You can just appear like an angel on the corner of my shoulder, and I can answer any questions at the same. You can be an angel on the corner of her shoulder instead. You can come. Wait, no, you don't go up there. You come up here, don't you? Yeah. And I click my fingers, and you just appear like my fairy godmother up there. And then you can say, "Oh, hang on, he's not there. He's not. I'm supposed to click. Yes." Click my fingers, and he appears like my fairy godmother over on my shoulder. Now you can sit on Mother Nature's shoulder, and you can ask me whatever questions you want. What I will do first of all, before you start on the questions, though, I'm going to just see. There's a nice big one that I've printed. So let's just start. That's the pinks. Here we go, the Fair Skin. So you've got 6, 7 and 8. So remember what I was doing, Ben. Anywhere you'd have shades, it's going to be under a hairline. I'm going to come in with the very, very deepest one, right? So I'm going to come in all the way under a hair with the deepest one. So that's where you'd have like a shadow. Then you're also going to have shadow behind where a finger is, aren't you? Right? So you're going to have shadow there because a finger is going to be casting a shadow. And then because we want to make it rounded, you're going to have a little bit coming up a jawline. and then I expect to have a little bit round her nose, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to have all of the kind of darkest one. Then I step it down from the dark to the mid, and you just do those little circular motions where you get the dark one blending into the mid one, so that you then won't see where the dark one finishes and the mid one starts. But it doesn't matter, that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to bleach out a little bit there. So you're doing all of those just little rounded colours, like rounded strokes like this. It's going to allow it to do all of this, right? Then what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to just come in with the very lightest one, Ben, and I'm just going to colour the lightest one into that gap. Now, I'm doing a porcelain skin tone on here, right? So we're going with really nice kind of English country rose, as it was. Now, if you actually want, you want darker skin tones, we do darker skin tone tutorials. Over on our Spectrum Noir website, you'll find all sorts of tutorials and like all the different colour combinations for different skin, right? So there we go. That is now, she's now looking, you can see how she's got that little bit of shadow cast and she's looking rounded. Then if we want to add a little bit of a cheekbone in here, right, I'm going to bring in the pale pink blends, right? So I'm going to start, I think we'll start just with the medium one, first of all. So just like you would do contouring, I'm just kind of going to try and bring it in this sort of like a triangle shape like this, right? So I'm just going to put the pale pink 2, like that. Actually, we can go with a little bit of the darkest one. So a little bit of pale pink 3 in the depth here. And then I'm going to use pale pink 1 just to blend out that edge. Right, so it's just going to blend right out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my lightest shade and blend that over again. So can you see? So it's like I've given her a bit of blush.
That is brilliant.
Isn't it just great?
Really good.
And then I'm going to do the same over on this side, but she just needs a little bit down on this side. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. So 2, step it down to 1. Right, just less is more. And then I'm going to step it right out with the fair skin. Oh, look, she's got no, I'm going to have to do a nose. I've left her nose.
I was wondering why you left her nose.
And I'll do a nose and her fingers and her neck and whatnot. All the same principle, though, Ben.
But how great is this again? For those of you who are buying them for the first time and you're thinking, I'm not quite sure which colour blends I need to use, or I want to learn to do skin tones and stuff. You've got so much as far as tutorials are concerned. And again, this show you can watch back to your heart's content when you want to. And of course, you can pause, rewind. If there's little bits that you don't quite understand or you didn't catch the first time, that's the brilliant thing about us here at Crafters TV, that you can go back and watch all of the shows and craft along any time that you would want to. Right, a few questions coming in. I love this, by the way. Tansy Pansy on YouTube talking about getting the kids all crafting, because my kids are crafting, Sarah's kids crafting. Maybe you should get all the kids in on Craig's wake-up call and do a craft along. I love that idea. Let's put Craig in charge of the kids.
Let's see how he gets on there. That'd be interesting.
Don't know about a wake-up call, more like a rude awakening for Craig, I think that would be, wouldn't it? Let's ask a few of these questions then as my tablet just updates here. So, Gwen says, is it best to use the white stamping card or Nina when using any of the markers, i.e. illustrators or TriBlends?
Fantastic question. You want to be using Nina. So Nina, and notice I've got another sheet of Nina behind as well. So Nina is what's going to give you an absolute perfect blend. It is a super, super smooth. So Nina wasn't actually invented to do alcohol pen colouring on, otherwise it would probably just be called alcohol pen colouring card, like the one that we brought out, because I know a lot of people in the US have bought our alcohol pen colouring card. It's exactly the same stuff, by the way, if you ever buy it. So, but it's just a super, super smooth one, because what you need is, because the pen, you need the ink to soak into the paper to be able to move it around, you see?
Yes.
So that's why. So Nina paper is definitely the best one you could be working with.
All right, Gwen, there you go. That one's that answered for you. Christine Mahoney, hello Christine, says, so darker to light, or do you put light all over first on each section, then dark to light? She says like some people seem to do it one way, some seem to do it the other way. So what's the sort of best way, or is it personal preference?
So Leanne always does hers. She always goes with, she taught me to do a lighter base down first.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just a bit of a gung-ho go for it type girl, which is why I don't put the lighter base down first. I just go straight in with the dark one. However, if you do it, if you ever took a class with Leanne, as I had to take many classes with Leanne, you'll find that Leanne will want you to do it the right way. So she'll want you to do it, she'll tell you how to do it that way. She'll tell you to put the lightest colour down first, and then work to it.
And here's a good question. I thought of this earlier on, actually, but Karen has read my mind. So talking about the TriBlend brushes. So Karen says, hi Sarah and Ben, I've never managed to colour with my brush nibs. What angle do you hold the brush at?
Oh, do you want me to show you?
Because it's a brush nib, do you hold it more like a paint
golden
brush?
Brown. Let me get the golden brown out here, right? So if I get the golden browns, let me just show you. So I would hold it, it's probably easier to look at this from the front, okay? So I would hold it at around about a 45-degree angle like this. I know how Charlotte's like loading pictures, but if you can show them from the front, that would be lovely, and then I can show them all. There you go.
Right.
So can you see I'm just using it in 45-degree angle there, and then I'm just using it to kind of flick across the front.
Right.
Yep. So that's the angle that I would hold that at. You can stay there, me dear, don't worry. You go and pull your pictures, and Ben can appear and ask us more questions. So hopefully that helps.
There we go. Thank you for the question, Karen. Tell you what, Charlotte has been put through her paces today, especially with the first ever craft along earlier on, which you guys absolutely loved.
How did it go?
Oh, Sarah, it was brilliant.
You know we're taking the credit for that, Ben, don't you?
Who? What?
Well, actually, it was me, but I was going to let you share all the credit there with us if you want.
Well, I was just going to say, it was brilliant because there was this great presenter in this really colourful shirt who was just awesome at keeping it all going. There was this Scottish guy who's just had a song written about him. He was, he was half decent putting his card together. And we had two fantastic guests. We had Susan, who was with us from California, and Gail, who joined us from Texas. And do you know what everyone loved about it? More than anything, oh, by the way, thank you, Sarah, for putting the show together. It was a great idea. I'm sure that was me and you that came up with the idea together. I'm sure it was a bit of it was on a show, wasn't it? And you said, and then I went.
You can't even remember, can you not?
I can. It was the pop-up numbers show. It was the one when you just started saying, like, and then I was like, oh yeah, great idea. You should definitely do that. So I'm taking some credit for it. But anyway, our main worry, right, Sarah, about that show was, Craig had one project with the Nature's Garden Peacock collection, and we're saying, how fast do we need to go with this? Do we need to slow it right down? Well, anyway, we took the decision of it's going to take as long as it takes, and we slowed it right down so that everyone could follow along, and people loved it. I would say probably it was around about 55 minutes or so to put this card together, and everybody, not everyone, said how much they loved it and how they loved the fact that they could sort of go along with it because it was so in sync. And also, we watched at one point Craig putting his sandwich together to do some die cutting, and we were that in sync. At the same time he put his sandwich into his junior, so did Susan, and so did Gail. It was brilliant. Everyone loved it. So hats off to you, Sarah, for coming up with the idea. And we're going to do loads more. I think Craig's doing another one on Monday.
Yeah, I've got loads of them planned. So basically, I'm trying to do every range that we have now. I'm going to try and do a craft along so that everybody can craft. Basically, you know that you can start and buy Crafters Companion items, and that we're going to craft along with you and teach you how to use them, Ben.
Yeah, and it was great as well because we were putting it out to everyone saying, well, do you know what, is there a particular collection that you want to see on a craft along? So no doubt we'll be getting suggestions coming in from all of our lovely viewers as well. But it went down an absolute treat, and I think, yes, everybody loved it. And the other great thing, of course, like we were saying, is that the collection was on the best ever deal. Like, we've got the TriBlends on the best ever deal. So loads of people were snapping up that deal, knowing full well that in a few days' time when they get their Nature's Garden Peacock collection, they can then go back to the craft along and craft along in real time with Craig. So yeah, great idea of mine that. The craft along show.
He's so good. He's so good to our viewers, Ben, aren't we?
Well, you know.
Yeah. Right. What I've done here, by the way, is I preserved the highlight in the middle, right? So I used the golden brown so that I could get that shading coming right across the middle. And that rotating cutting board was honestly like essential for it, right? So, and now what I'm doing, Ben, is if I want to come and lighten it up again, can you see if I just lift this off, because look what I've done, I've actually just used my dotty tape pen to hold it down. You can see it coming through the back. This is completely right. The more you go over it, the more it will come through the back. And I'm just pushing a little bit more of that ink through to highlight a little bit more in the middle. So there's the first bit of a hair. I'm going to do the second bit of a hair down here exactly the same. So I just preserve the highlight first and putting that, this is the bit that Leanne told me to do. I'm supposed to colour all over with the lightest one, but I'm actually only doing the bit in the middle to remind me to preserve the highlight.
Okay. Well, Yolanda says I've tried other markers as well that are supposedly very good, and they don't compare to CC's markers. TriBlends are my favourite. Rosalind on Facebook is saying these are by far the best markers that I've used. The blending is so easy with these markers. Love my TriBlend, says Joy, picking up some great tips today. Thank you, Sarah. And June Woodhouse on Facebook, TriBlends, best thing since chocolate. I mean, if you wanted a glowing review, you have got it right there. Do you want a few more questions?
Yes, go for it.
A few people asking this actually. So Alicia on YouTube saying, I have the brush pens, my first set. I have the sparkle pen collection. Can they be used together?
Right, so you can use your sparkle pens over top of any of your alcohol pens. They don't play together. So you can't go over, I wouldn't go over your sparkle with this one.
Right.
But you can absolutely go over any of your alcohol pen colouring with the water-based product on top, the sparkle products on top.
Okay. So is that the same with Dana's question? Then I have the TriBlends and picked up the, so I have the TriBlends and picked up the Illustrator packs. How do these work together?
Brilliant, yes, so they all play together beautifully well. They are all, TriBlends and Illustrators are all alcohol pens. The Illustrator is basically the very, very high-end Japanese brush nib professional version of what's on our TriBlend. So the TriBlend brush, that's got a brush marker on. The Illustrators has got an even higher level again version of the brush marker on, like the top nib you can possibly get on a pen.
Lots of other lovely comments coming in. Stephanie, I mean, this is an essay here, but I've got to read it because it's a big thank you to you, Sarah. It says, just want to say thank you, Sarah and your team, for getting me to finally pull out my classic pens that I owned a few years and tried under your patient tutorials almost a year ago. Within 6 months, I purchased and used the TriBlends. Have moved on to pens with the new nibs, added coloured pencils, which I never thought I could do, and I'm learning more. Loved colouring as a kid. I'm much more impressed with my ability at 67. I love the whole Spectrum Noir line, and I'm expanding my whole colouring experience, and I love Colour Me Happy. So that's from Stephanie.
Do you know, for a lot of people, it's like the favourite show of the week, Ben.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, and this is why I was so desperate today. I thought, you know what? So many of our customers have got these markers. So let's do it as a live colour along. Let's have people joining in all the way through. And then hopefully it'll just, even if it's like that one, it inspire you to have a bit more of a go with what you've already got as well.
Yeah. And like you say, everyone can colour, can't they? Isn't it funny? I was chatting about this to my wife the other day, thinking, like, because she's a childminder and looking after kids. And all kids love to colour, don't they? All kids just want to colour. And where in our lives do we lose that kind of love of colouring, or where do we feel like that we can't do it anymore? I don't know where that happens, but if that is you, like Stephanie was just saying, you know, if you were someone who loved colouring as a kid and you kind of stopped doing it, these TriBlends, I really think are the set to get you back into it, particularly when you can achieve things like this. I mean, this is brilliant, honestly. It's like a piece of art coming to life before our very eyes. The blending there is phenomenal.
Should I be really honest? I'm pretty chuffed with myself as well, Ben.
Give yourself a pat on the back, missus. I mean, that is awesome.
I just looked at it, because the problem is, right, when you're looking down at it, you're in the moment. I just looked up there a second and saw it on the screen. I thought, hey, that looks good.
It does look pretty good.
You know, and it is. It's just, do you know, it's having the right tools, but you know what it is? I'm concentrating on actually colouring. I'm not concentrating on what colours I'm picking up.
Yeah.
Because the TriBlends have done all of that for me, so you don't even need to worry about it.
And again, you think of the point of how mindful this is. If you're stressed out currently, you know, here in the UK, of course, we've got the lockdown ongoing, and you hear a lot of people say that they're currently, you know, struggling with sort of day-to-day life. And it is tough, let's be honest, for everybody. It's so tough. You know, not having things to sort of look forward to maybe, you know, normally you could go out the weekend and meet your friends and do all these bits and pieces. It's hard, isn't it, sometimes to have a positive mindset. I think you can get stuck in a rut. But if you've got a little hobby on the side or something to look forward to, or something like this, like colouring, that you can really get into just to take your mind away from what's going on, even just for a couple of hours or so, I think this is brilliant. And so many people, as I say, you hear so many people saying that they find colouring so mindful, just that kind of eases the tension, helps them with their mental health. I just think if you're looking for a crafty hobby that you can pick up really quickly, and like we've heard, do wherever, whenever you feel like it. Colouring really is a brilliant way to go. And don't forget, of course, as well, if you're going for the TriBlends today, you're thinking, well, I haven't got much to colour, we have got the downloadable colouring book for you as well. That's on our website. If you go to the Colour Me Happy page there, then of course you've got your free colouring download. Did we say there's 13 images to colour there, from all sorts of fun images that the kids can get colouring as well, to things like those gorgeous mandalas, so a little bit more advanced colouring maybe, but there's something in there for everybody. So just go to our website, go to the Colour Me Happy page, and you'll be able to get that free colouring download too. I mean, it may well be that if you're not going for the full collection today and you just want to dip your toe in the water, you go for one of the little Try Me packs. You're going to get in one of them, the Portrait Blends, this stamp here, the Mother Nature one, for absolutely free. So you'll get the Portrait Blend, TriBlend pens, and then this stamp comes to you for free. So if you want to, again, recreate this this demo that Sarah's doing here, then that is the one to go for today. $14.99, I think it works out at, doesn't it? If you are getting this in on the Platinum, or $22.46. Brilliant time to shop with this. As I say, particularly if you want to get into your colouring. Get it to hand whilst you can.
I'm going to do some corals.
Yes.
I'm going to do some, and I'm going to do the coral shades because they're the darkest ones. The reason the hair has got so much depth is because I use the shade and the blend.
Right.
Now, so that's where you want to be using. Do you want me to explain that again? What I
yeah,
did
please,
a little bit earlier,
good.
right? So the reason we've done so many pens, right, is these are the 24 pens that you would start with if you were just starting out with TriBlends. So these are the first 24 that we brought out. Then what we did is we decided to expand the range, and there are another 12 that expands the range. So this now gives you all 36 colours in the set pen, right? However, some of those colours are, we could have just gone a little bit deeper. So for example, the corals there, they're not too deep. So look what we did is with these ones here,
yes,
these are deeper versions of the 12 most. They're not the most popular colours, they are the 12 broadest colour spectrums.
Okay.
So if you look at the coral there, there's coral shade and then there's the coral blend. Or you can look, there's the blue turquoise shade that goes next to the blue turquoise blend. So you can see, this is the first three colours, this deepens it. Same there with the jade. You've got the jade and then this deepens it. The true blues. There's the original True Blues, there's the deeper shade of the True Blues. So it just allows you to extend on. So for example, when I've coloured there her beautiful hair, you want the depth of colour. I've got 6 colours to pull on instead of just having 3, which is how you get that light bouncing off the hair there. Now with the corals here, I'm going to use just the coral shades, but I'll actually keep the coral blend out so that if I want to, did you hear me say before, I'm going to preserve a highlight, right? This is what, so let me show you how you preserve a highlight. If I want to colour this flower here up here, right? I'm going to preserve a highlight up in that top corner there. So I'm just going to preserve one there, and then a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave them blank, but it's the same colour. So now I'm going to colour this exactly as you would. So coming in with the deep one first, and I'm going deep one because we want the petals to look a little bit rounded. I'm basically going round the outside. I'll just do that one petal to start with. So I've got the dark, then you come into the medium one, right? Come dark into medium. We're just doing little rounded shades like this. And then we're coming into the lightest one, which is what we're going to blend the whole thing with, right? Now, when we've done that, because I've preserved the highlight, I've basically left that one bit, right? And then you come back in with the highlight that you've preserved and you just go over that again and it blends that highlight in. So you can't see it, but it's left me that light bouncing off it.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go and do the same again on the rest of the... Let's have a look. I'll pop a highlight on each one of these. I might go even lighter still with these ones.
Love this. I've got one question to ask and then loads of lovely comments still coming in. So Alicia, this is a good question again. Some really good questions this afternoon. What is the best way to store them, flat or stand up? Thank you all so much for what you do. We need colour in our lives, and Sarah and the CC team is my rainbow.
Oh, love that. Love that. Yes, I would say store them laid flat. In fact, the pen trays is the best thing you could possibly be storing them in.
Yeah, plenty of storage solutions for you, actually. Those pen trays are great. And we've also got some storage where you can pop them and take them along in your carry case as well. So once we can go back to visiting friends and family and doing colouring outside of the confines of our four walls, you've got the ability to do that as well. Details coming up on your screen here of the pen trays. Super handy are these, and with these, as you can see, you store them laid down. So you've got 6 trays. Each one, how many do you get each tray? 2, 3. So 2 sets of 6? Or 6 trays in total? 3? 2 sets of 6 for 20 quid.
Half price. But you buy one, Ben, you get one free.
No, you're supposed to let me do the second bit if you're going to call it.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
I say you buy one.
You get one free.
Yeah, you weren't quite as good as me.
What?
You get one free.
Oh, okay, well I'll do it then. You buy one.
You get one free.
$19.99, $24.50 is a better than a half price deal as well, because if you're wherever you are, let's talk about the Taste Of event again, of course. If you're brand new to us, you get 25% off your first order today. And if you are, let's say you are a silver member, currently get 10% off, you get 15% off over the course of this event. If you're a gold member, getting 15% off, you get 20% off. If you're a platinum member, not 20, but 25% off until Sunday night, midnight. So now is the time to shop and get these deals, honestly. And if you want to go for those trays again, that comes down to about $14.99, isn't it? $14.99 is the deal if you want to go for those. In the US, $18.38. If you get the pens, you need the storage, so that is definitely the way to go. Look at those flat. Honestly, this is brilliant. I know I should be reading comments here, but first of all, I was wowing at the detail that Sarah's managed to get into, like the flecks and the highlights in the hair. But look at the flower. That is brilliant.
Look at the highlights on it.
I know, that's what I mean.
Isn't it great? Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It's just about knowing these little tips and tricks, Ben. This is why I love these shows so much. So many of you out there already got the TriBlends, already love them. That's before I teach you all these amazing little tips and tricks that go with them.
I just love this. By the way, as well, we've got lots of, Sarah was chatting about this last week, but lots of little groups and communities on Facebook, of course, and it's great that you all chat. If you are particularly into your colouring, we do have a Facebook group dedicated to colouring with Spectrum Noir. Just search for the Spectrum Noir Creative Community and you'll be able to join that, and you'll find
some fabulous artwork in there.
Yeah, you'll be able to get inspiration. As much as you get inspiration from us here and you're getting inspired by Sarah today, again, that's a whole thing of being able to share all of your projects and seeing everybody else's and just sharing all of the inspiration there as well. And there are downloadable colour charts on the website too. So if you go to the download section, then click on Spectrum Noir, you've got all of the kind of added extras that you would need, I suppose, to make your colouring journey even easier. A few more comments then. Lots of love coming in for the Craft Along show earlier on. Christine just saying, I love that Craft Along show. Sent me my picture and posted the card online. Yes, it was marvellous. Felicity just saying, loved all of the shows, but I really enjoyed Craft Along, and I've just finished my card as I'm a bit slow. That doesn't matter, Felicity, in your own time. You know, take your time. That's what it's all about. Patricia then saying, Colour Me Happy has become my favourite show of the week. And Helen saying, I love to colour, find it very therapeutic, and it helps with anxiety as well. I'm really, really glad about that, Helen. And as I say, loads of people
I've heard the same from so many people, Ben.
Yeah.
A lot of people say the same thing. Now, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to finish this one flower off, and then I'm conscious that we've only got half an hour left on the show after that.
By.
And I really want to show you how to do that dog fur technique. So what I'll do is I will finish doing this flower, and then I will get ready with the TriBlend brush. I mean, I hope we've got any TriBlend brushes left, mind. We'll just, with whatever stock we've got left, we will try our best to absolutely do the, well, I'll still go and do the dog, even if we're out of the colours, because I want to teach everybody else who's got them how to do it, Ben.
All right. Well, we'll recap on all the deals as well. The Spectrum Noir collection that you can see, the TriBlend complete collection, half the stock has gone. More people will continue to buy after we disappear in about half an hour's time. More people will continue to buy over the weekend as well. So get yours now whilst you can. There's never been a better time to buy it because it's the best ever deal on this. And when you can achieve results like we're seeing on the screen now, I don't know what I'm wowing more at. The fact, well, actually, the skin tone and the detailing in the cheeks is amazing. Yeah. You've got the actual, like the contour there. The hair and the highlights are off the chart, as you would say.
Off the chart. But do you want to see the finished one? The one that I've done here, right? So I'll put it over here. here so that you can see it, right?
Yeah.
But this is the one where, so I stamped this and coloured it at home. I've just blown this one up so that I had a bigger area for the camera to be able to get in closer for me to see. This is the size of the one you're going to be working with. However, if you miss me explain, Morgan Fitzsimmons herself has given us authorisation to make that available as a download. So if I put the two side by side so you can see the difference in size as it was, this is the one that you're going to get if you're going for the stamp today. This is what we're going to have available for you as a download from next week. So this has been stamped, which is why it's a little bit blacker. This one's been printed.
Just phenomenal. Love it. Absolutely love this. What a great show. We've literally got half an hour or so remaining. So let me recap on some of the deals and then we'll get over the other side and see the fur demo. I do want to recap as well. I know, Johnny, you want to have a quick look at the brushes that we got. I do want to recap on my star buy of the show as well because I don't feel we've mentioned that enough. The rotating design board. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It is my deal. It is my price as well. Right, so the Spectrum Noir TriBlend brush collection, 18 that you're going to get within this. Okay, so you've got your gorgeous Cottage Garden, which is your bright pink, your light green, and your purple. Then on top of that, you have got the Spring Blooms, which is your hydrangea, your jade green, and your magenta. Then you've got your Winter Holiday. That one is your green turquoise, your blue turquoise, and your pink violet. Don't forget these have got that brush nib on them. Then you've got the Autumn Hues. So this one is your burnt orange, your dull green, and your golden brown. Next is the Natural Tones. So your Fair Skin blend, your Pale Pink blend, and your Tan blend. Great for obviously being able to copy the demo Sarah's just done. And then you've got your Woodland Walks too, which is your citrus green, your alpine green, and your earth brown. Stock wise, we are low on this. We do not have a lot of stock. Basically sold out. Sarah sorted out this new collection, but 40% of it is gone. It's £45 or $63, less 25%, 25% if you are a platinum member. That's why these are flying out of the door. Whether or not we still have these by the end of the show, I do not know, because they are absolutely flying. Right, so those are your TriBlend brushes. Also on the show, the rotating design board. Can I just throw this in very quickly, because this is a brilliant deal. Sarah's been using this right throughout the show. If you are someone who loves your colouring, if you love drawing, if you love sketching, if you're into any craft really, if you're into your stamping, if you're into your scrapbooking, this is brilliant because you've got the rotating design board here. So wherever you need to kind of get on your particular project, you can simply rotate the board, making life a lot easier for you. We're also chatting as well about how much trouble left-handers have when they're writing or when they're crafting, because they tend to like smudge their work just a little bit. With this, you're not going to have that problem because you can rotate the board to exactly where you need it to be. I also love this for the fact that, do you know what, if you are crafting on the go, if you're wanting to do some crafting maybe in your living room at the end of the day, you want to be with the rest of the family whilst you're crafting, this is perfect to have crafting on your lap. It's a really substantial bit of kit as well. I don't just want you to think this is like, sort of like a clipboard. You can look and see how well made this is. You've got the ball bearings in there which allow this to spin 360 degrees, and then you've also got your bulldog clip there as well, which you can take off and clip anywhere that you want on the board. At $15.99 these fly out of the door, or $19.99. At $14.39, I mean, you're going, hang on a minute, this is $17.99, but of course as a platinum member you're getting another 25% off. This board, £10.79 today, or $13.49. The TriBlends are amazing, right? But that's the deal for me. 10 quid for that. I mean, come on. Do not miss out on that. Seriously. Honestly, Fiona was doing cartwheels when it came back at the normal price. If she was watching, or she was in here right now, I mean, she'd probably be, I don't know, she'd probably be getting a hula hoop out and be hula hooping around the studio. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. It's a heck of a buy. Right. Oh, by the way, I've just remembered, because what's he just remembered? I've just remembered, I keep forgetting about this, demo of the show. You need to vote for your favourite. Well,
I know it's not a card, but we've got the pictures that I've got. So you could have Mother Nature, you could have the daffodil, or I'm about to do the little doggy as well, show you the fur flicking technique.
All right, well there we go. So Mother Nature you can vote for, the daffodil, and then we're going to do the little doggy now as well. So those will be the 3 that you can choose from. Get your votes in the comments, and we will crown our winner towards the end of the show and whack it up onto our crafty Walk of Fame. Right, loving the fact that this is so interactive. I'm well aware that loads of you have sent pictures in over the course of the last half hour. Producer Johnny's just going, we have had hundreds. So this is just a selection, a smattering, if you like, of what you sent us, and we love them all. Molly Cross, this is brilliant. Again, that's from the Lee Holland collection.
It is. I love the Lee Holland stamps, and I love that so many of you got the Molly. That's beautiful. Look at the shading on the and on those flowers. The shading's amazing, and I love that you've used the grey outline Molly there as well.
I mean, it looks like Christine has been using the rotating design board as well with her colouring.
Christine, she's got a good one. Christine, look, and that's that coral blend, isn't it, Christine? I love how you've got the colouring. I just love that you're all you guys are colouring along live with us. And then look at June. June's got the Mother Nature. June, I love it. Oh, I love the purple flower. June, you've absolutely nailed that skin. Look at that skin tone there, and then how you've got the bounce on the hair. That is wonderful.
And hang on a minute, Wendy is colouring along, and there you are, Sarah.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Wendy's so organised. She's got us there. She's got a cup of tea behind. She's got the TriBlends out ready. She's got the Colour Me Happy download done. The colouring's all out there ready. Absolutely amazing, Wendy. Love to see that.
Just brilliant. Thank you for all these pictures. This is what it's all about, isn't it? You're getting along and colouring with us. I love it. And thank you for sending in the pictures. Keep those coming. Let's keep working, Charlotte, hard in the gallery. By the way, virtual high five to Ange on YouTube, boom, who's just gone caved, snagged that rotating board, couldn't resist that platinum price. You've got to get it. It's my little special deal, that one. Oh, it took me ages to sort that out. It is absolutely monstering out of the door, and I'm not surprised. For 10 quid plus a few pence, grab it today. Right, let us go and see how we go about colouring fur, because I always think when people chat about colouring, skin tone is difficult to do. We've already kind of covered that off, and hair and fur is difficult as well, Sarah, isn't it?
Well, we've done skin tone, we've done hair, now we're going to do fur. Now, if you're doing fur, you do want those brush pens, okay? And the trick is with these, okay? Can you see, you've got that lovely kind of brushy edge on the nip. Well, there's not anything brushy about it. It is a brush, right? Now, what you're going to do, Ben, is you're going to anchor your wrist, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to anchor the wrist, and I might get you to look at this from the front actually, because it's going to be loads better for you to see. And you're basically going to anchor it, and then we're going to flick up like this. Can you see? So we're flicking that up, and I'm always starting from the base, and you've got that lovely flick kind of going on like that. This is how you get that fur effect, right?
Okay.
So we've got the one colour in the fur, then you cut to your, so you start with the lightest, then you cut to your middle colour. You're going to anchor again, and we're going to do some flicks up with the fur again. So you're going to just flick it, but not quite as far, right? Yep. And then we're going to come with the darkest shade, and we're going to flick with the darkest one over top from there, but not quite as deep again. So can you see? So we just haven't quite got as much going on there. So you've got 3 levels of the flick. And then you rotate your board right round, Ben, and I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to come from the top this time. Now, if you're worried about getting the flick too long, watch what you can do. You can start, instead of starting at right at the edge, start about here, right? So I just want to get that flick, and I don't want to flick all the way into the other one. I just want to get it so that we preserve a little bit of the highlight. So we preserve that highlight, then I'm coming in with the medium shade, and I'm going to come a little bit lower down then. I'm going to get flicking the medium shade into that darker one. And then we're going to come in with the very, very darkest shade, and we're going to flick the very, very darkest one into the medium. So it's all about the 3 colour blend still, but this time we're layering up the blend instead of going over top. And then if you've got any little gaps that you want, so can you see, I can start and just twist this round now, and I can just get them so we can start and blend a little bit in between. So I'm going to do exactly the same with these back leg then and these other paw bends. So I'm just going to basically keep doing that same technique over and over for you to watch.
Is that a little Shih Tzu?
Yeah, it is indeed,
Yeah. Love dogs. Is anyone else watching at the minute? But sorry, just a TV show. The dog's behaving very badly. Is anyone else watching the show, or is it just me?
No, I've never seen that.
It's on Channel 5 at the minute, and there's this. Remember Barbara Woodhouse from back in the day? Used to do the dog training. See it? Well, there's this new guy called. Do you remember Barbara Woodhouse, Sarah?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what she used to do. See it? And there's this new guy called Graham, I forget his name right, Graham Hall, and he's just basically, he goes and visits the most badly behaved dogs, and he retrains them all. And it's just a brilliant show. And there was a little naughty Shih Tzu on a recent episode. You should definitely watch it. If you're here in the UK, Channel 5 on a, what is it on? What day is it today? Friday. It's on a Wednesday night. It's very good. Anyway, it's one of my favourite shows. That and The Masked Singer at the moment. How good is that show? Right. Who's that behind the mask? Do you watch that, Sarah?
We have been known to peruse a little bit of Masked Singer on a weekend, yes.
Good. Glad you know what I'm talking about there. Tansy Pansy on YouTube says, the rush that Sarah was talking about is exactly how I feel when I look at my TriBlend work. I will never tire of that wonderful feeling. It kind of repairs a bad day.
Oh, that's lovely to hear that.
Hannah on Facebook just saying I was never good at colouring, but these make me look professional. Just think they are fab. All of the pens. The amount of times I've heard that as well and read that in the comments, people who feel that that colouring was something that they weren't good at, but then as soon as they got the TriBlends into their life, all of a sudden, overnight, turned professional. Rosalind
Workman, Ben, is only as good as his tools.
Yes.
Yep. It's the same there. You know, my father-in-law is a builder. Workman is only as good as he tool, is what he kept telling me. Now, I'm very conscious that I'm having me rotating board all over the I'm just trying to work out poor Charlotte hard today, see how good she really is, isn't it? So, right, good, I'm going to be a little bit better behaved now with me rotating board.
But just goes to show how good the rotating board is as well though, Sarah, doesn't it? You see?
Well, that's it, you see, that's it.
Confuses the very best vision mixers in the business. Rosalind just saying the Spectrum Noir Creative Community Group is so full of support and inspiration. So again, if you're ever stuck, I don't think you will be stuck, because when you think of all of the tutorials that are out there, all of the shows that you can catch up on, all of the Colour Me Happy shows that you can re-watch from the weeks gone by, there's always support out there for you if you do get a little bit stuck with anything or you're not quite sure.
You know what I find it is, Ben? It's not that I get stuck. It's that I just need something to spark my creativity.
Yeah.
That's it for me. It's, once I've got an idea, oh yes, I want to go and do that. And it's whether it's just you see an image that someone's coloured or an idea like that. That's all you need, is something to start you off.
Pamela Rara on YouTube says, will the rotating board sit on a lap or does it need to be on a table? No, it doesn't need to be on a table.
Yep, we use them on our laps at home.
Yeah. Totally portable. Yeah, use it on your lap. You can use it on the table, obviously. And as I said, for lots of different things, you can use this for. It's 360 degree. You can turn it around, so it's really, really handy. And Stephanie just saying on the design board front, the design board has helped my colouring a great deal. It's great, isn't it? It really, really is good. For a tenner today, that is my star buy. And lots of people loving the flick technique. Anne says, I love the flick technique for leafy foliage as well.
Yes, leafy foliage. Good point, Anne. Good point.
So yeah, you can see it's coming together really nicely. And again, just a lot of you sort of saying, oh, Sarah makes this look very easy. And while she does make it look very easy, the point is, like Sarah was just saying, if you've got the right tool, and this isn't taking anything away from what Sarah is doing, it's half the battle, isn't it? If you've got the right tool to be able to do the job, you'll be able to make it look easy as well. And all this with one pen, don't forget.
Yep. Right. I'm thinking I won't sit and do the whole dog, Ben, although I could quite happily sit and do the whole dog here. But it's enough to kind of give you, look, we've done his body there. How good does he look? How good does he look?
This is brilliant.
I thought it might be better if instead of doing that, I will get ready. My last demonstration was going to be how to blend different colours on the butterfly. I'll show you the finished dog. But you can see there how it's exactly the same. If I put the two of them next to each other, you can see the two.
Yes.
Literally, it's exactly the same. Then it was just only got the bottom half of the dog done. Love it.
Brilliant.
Love it.
There you go. Another brilliant demo again. So just showing you the differences between your brushes and your pens. If you want to go for the brush collection, that 18-piece collection, 45 or 63, approaching half of the stock of that collection has gone. Remember, sold out before we had it. Sarah's managed to get it back, but now you've got 40% of the stock almost gone. The TriBlends, though, as much as I talk about the rotating board being the star of the show, the TriBlends are on a fantastic deal deal when you consider that you get the complete collection. And that's the point here, isn't it? You know, if you have waited, if you've thought, shall I, shan't I, now is the time to delve in and grab them, particularly when you think about the fact that you've got all of the essential blends, then the add-ons are those deep blends, and then the fact that you've got the kind of extension pens as well, giving you, in a lot of the cases, not just the 3 different color blends, but then you've got like the 6 different color blends as well. I love the earlier demos. If you missed any of the earlier demos with Sarah, by the way, make sure you go back and have a look at the earlier part of the show, because there's been some great tips and techniques and hints right throughout the show as well. But if you've ever wanted to go for the full collection, but you didn't want to invest, £160 or $239, today is your lucky day, because you're down to £120 or $168. And then for platinum members, 25% comes off that price. It's £90 or $122.25. A brilliant day to buy. And actually, I think now we're getting lots of newbies jumping in and grabbing this collection, and lots of people who have thought, shall I, shan't I? You can't resist at this price now, can you? If you're a platinum member, £90, you've got to take advantage of this deal. And again, don't just take our word for it. Read all of the comments which are coming in. Read what TriBlend users are saying about this collection. And the amount of people who are saying, didn't think I could colour, got the TriBlends home, now I'm colouring like an absolute expert. Read the comments that on the Facebook and YouTube and see for yourself. And if you don't snag this deal now, get it before the weekend is out, if there's still stock available. This is the point, if there is still stock available, because when you consider, I think about 30%, 40% of the stock has gone during this show in the last hour and 40 minutes. More people will watch back, more of that stock will go, and it will disappear. We've got some other, as much as we talked about the Lee Holland stamps on the show, we do have the Annabelle Spenceley collection on the show as well. Buy 3, get... You buy 3, Sarah.
You get 3 free.
Exactly right. And this lovely lady is from the collection. Thank you, Hannah, for sending that one in. Absolutely gorgeous. Then we've got Patricia. Look at this. What's this? First ever go with the TriBlends. And look what Patricia's done.
Look at those flowers. Look at the leaves. Oh, my word, Patricia. That is gorgeous.
Now Patricia's just saying she's plucking up enough courage now to finish it off and colour the big heart.
Go on, you can do it, Patricia. Go for it. Do you know what I would use? The corals. I would use the 6-pen coral blend, exactly like what I showed you on this one here, where we did, because that would look brilliant in your heart, because you want the depth of all the colours. And the corals, with the reds, you can't get quite as much depth as you can with the coral, because you can't get a red that's this light. It would be pink, it wouldn't work. So you want the corals to do something like that.
Thank you so much for sending those in, Patricia. Amazing. Aisha on Facebook says, Sarah has convinced me, as per usual, that I need a rotating board.
You do?
Yeah, you do. We definitely agree on that. Mary Pat 1000 on YouTube saying, I use my rotating board on my lap, sitting in an easy chair. Total relaxation. I like that. Picture the image of you there, Mary Pat, in your easy chair, kicking back, glass of something fizzy maybe as well. And Monkey Head Bonkers, I love that name, by the way, on YouTube. So this is relating to TriBlend brushes versus the regular ones. What's the difference between the grey ones and the black ones? I have the black pen.
Yes, so your black pens, the black pens are your TriBlends. The grey ones are the brush tip TriBlends. So can you see, one's got a straight tip on, right? And one's got the brush tip. So if I put them next to each other, one's got the straight pen and one's got the brush tip on there. So your black ones are your nibs, your bullet nibs, and your purple ones, it's purpley. The grey ones are the brush ones.
Got you.
So if you've already got the black ones, the next step on from that is to get the brush ones, and then you can do things like the flicky technique I just showed you.
Excellent stuff. Thank you, Monkey Head Bonkers, for that. I love your YouTube name. That's brilliant. Get your votes in for your favourite demo of the show as well. So far you've seen the Shih Tzu, you have seen the Mother Nature, and then you've seen the Daffodil as well. So get those votes in, and we will crown the winner, I would say, in the next 7 or 8 minutes, but we're going to squeeze in one more demo, Sarah, are we?
We are indeed, and what I'm going to do is show you how to blend completely different colours. So I've gone as far off the spectrum as we can go. I've gone purple turquoise and yellow.
Wow.
Because yellow is very difficult to blend with other shades. So I thought, right, I can show you that, then that's it, you can do everything, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do these ombres. And what you need to do that with is a little bit of plastic, right? So this is actually one that I've just lifted off one of my stamps, or maybe you could use like a little bit of acetate, or you could use some packaging that you've got left over or something like that, right? Now, I'm going to start with, do you know what, let's start at the top edge and start with the yellow so you can see the yellow, right? So I'm going to use the golden, what's these? The golden yellows, and I'm using the brush ones for this. It's much easier with the brush, okay? And I'm going to start off just by laying down a little bit of the yellow.
Okay.
Right, so we've got a little bit of yellow. Then, if we want to blend the yellow with the turquoise, on the acetate, you're going to pick up your turquoise, you're going to colour your turquoise onto your acetate. Then you're going to commit what feels like the mortal sin, and you're going to pick that up with the brush, the nib of the brush. So you're going to scoop the turquoise
contaminate
onto the nib. So you would think it would contaminate, wouldn't you?
You would.
Well, watch this. If I colour in now, I'm colouring turquoise, right? And then if I blend out the turquoise into the yellow, it's completely flushed that pen through, right? Huh. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more turquoise, and I'm going to colour a little bit more turquoise, and then we flush the nib through. So now we've got a little bit of turquoise down there. So that now when I come in with that turquoise, right, the turquoise is going to blend because it's blending into the turquoise that we've just laid down. And then we can go in with the darker one there and blend the darkest into it. And if you ever want to, if you want to go back over and like enhance the blend a little bit further, just put a little bit more of the colour down. You're going to pick a little bit more of this up. I was using the middle shade of the golden yellow here, and just go over the end of the turquoise, and it just blends because you're blending with the turquoise pen, not a yellow pen, but then you're blending it basically until it's flushed right through. So once it's, so if I go along here now, can you see it's still got a little bit of turquoise in, still got a little bit of turquoise in, still got a little bit of turquoise in, and then that's it totally flushed through, no more turquoise, right? So you can see, that's it basically what you're doing, and I'll do it here so you can see it on the screen. So turquoise, 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 flushing all the way through, all the way out to yellow. Yep, so you're not going to contaminate the colours. So we can do exactly the same now with the purple, right? So I want to blend in the mid-purple, and I want to blend the mid-purple into that turquoise. So all I do is put the turquoise, well, you can do it the same way around actually. I can put the purple down here. Yeah. You always put the darker colour down and pick it up with the lighter shade. So I'll pick it up with the turquoise, and then you've got purple turquoise pen. Isn't that really clever? Really clever. Purple turquoise pen, blending it out to the turquoise in the middle, and then you can go straight over with a little bit more. Oh, hang on, I've got no pen. Oh, I've put the turquoise lid on the purple pen. There we go. And then that's just going to blend through there. And then if I want to go with the dark one, I'm just starting with the very dark one here. And of course, just like you would any of your shades, you've got your dark one, and you're going to blend your dark into your medium. I love that. I want to say that that was a bit more an advanced technique, but kind of when you've broken it down and showed us how easy it is, it's not really, is it? It feels like an advanced technique until you do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Now wait till that alcohol evaporates, because it looks really dark there now. But I'm going to do the other side while you're asking me any last minute questions, Ben. Yeah. But then also you'll be able to see it. I'm just going to basically do exactly the same thing through again, right? Well, there's loads of lovely comments still coming in. I think loads of people as well are finally plumping for these TriBlends as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Beth on Facebook just saying, bought the rotating board. Yes, Beth. Ben Star, buy of the show. The TriBlend, why can I never say this? The TriBlend brush collection and the Mother Nature stamp. That's some good shopping right there, Beth. Seriously, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the best two items on the show in your basket. Monkey Head Bonkers on YouTube says, I feel like a celebrity. Thank you for answering my question. Well, that is what we are here for, you see. And Stephanie on YouTube, so many of you love your TriBlends already. The TriBlends take all the guesswork out of which colours to put together. They are brilliant, says Stephanie. Amalia on Facebook, talking again about blending different colours, said, I've just blended a rose with red, orange and yellow. There you go, so you see, there you go. That's all you need to be able to do it. And when you're doing that blending, so you would always do it on like a bit of plastic like you're doing there, right? Yes. Yeah. And then look at this. You see, now we've got that base of alcohol down, the blend of colour. Now I'm managing to blend the turquoise into the purple, absolutely no problem at all. Yeah. It's all about knowing the tricks, isn't it, Ben? All about knowing the tricks.
That's it, knowing the tricks of the trade, and that is exactly what we're here for. And hopefully you've picked up a load of hints and tips over the course of the last couple of hours or so. And as always, if you have only just caught the end of the show, you've missed all of the early bits and pieces, you can watch the show back at your leisure. And of course, anything else you want to see, you can watch back all of the Colour Me Happy shows since they began. And this is how your butterfly will look at the end. Something which, if you'd have plonked that down in front of me 5 minutes ago and said, how do you go about doing that then? You would have had
no idea.
Have a clue, would you?
Look, you can see all we've done, that little bit of acetate is all you need as an extra. And you can see as the penny starts to evaporate, you lose, basically the colour goes lighter. So this is exactly the same colour, it just gets lighter and lighter. So honestly, it's a wonderful technique. And I feel like we've gone on a bit of a journey. I feel like we've started learning the whole concept of the 3-pen blend using the free downloads. If you missed the start of the show, folks, this is definitely one of them shows that you want to bookmark and come back and watch again, right? You put this in your favourites on YouTube or click share on Facebook, and that adds it to your Facebook wall so you can go and find it easily. Download the Colour Me Happy, the free download link that we did to go with this. I'll pop the details on the bottom of the screen for you of that Colour Me Happy download, and that is 13 pages of loads of different practice sheets that you can be working with. This is a brilliant one to start with because we learned how to do those brilliant blends where you are blending up and doing the different shades. And what I taught everyone was the differences between the different colours, but then also how you can get a deeper ombre. So we talked about how, this was one shade of purple, this was a completely different shade of purple. But then we also learned how to do like a 6-colour ombre using the shade and the blend, right? So you're going to do all of that together. Now, once you've learnt the basics, we went on and I did the daffodil card. So I showed everybody how to apply the basics that we just learned to a flower. It's always the best place to start with the flower. And we started talking about the differences between the brush and the bullet nib pens. Now, once I'd warmed you up, that's when we went into that beautiful Mother Nature. Now, this is available on its own as a stamp. So if you want to buy just the stamp, or if you want to just learn how to do portraits, you can download the stamp and you can colour the stamp, and the stamp goes with the portrait set, right? So that is the stamp at the actual size it comes in. We've either got the stamp on its own or we've got the stamp with the portrait blender pens. Yep. This larger one, if you're wanting to practice it on a larger surface, we're going to have this available as a download from next week. Okay, so it's going to be available from kind of early on next week. We're going to put in the same download Colour Me Happy section along with the tutorial on how to do this. Then we went on and learned how to do the little shih tzu, and we learned how to do the fur technique, colouring the fur. And then we wrapped everything up with learning how to do that beautiful butterfly with the ombre. So loads of techniques. Better than that, loads of you were colouring along live with us. I want to see what everyone's been doing. Later on this evening, I'm going to go and have a look in all the Facebook groups. Please tag me in your images that you've been colouring, or better still, come and post them onto my wall, so I'll see them on my wall as well. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on you. Go and join that Spectrum Noir creative community if you're not already in that, or the I'm a Crafter's Companion group. I'm often in there seeing what people are up to with all of their just all your Crafter's Companion buys, not just your Spectrum Noir ones. Tag Spectrum Noir in your images. You never know, you might end up featuring on Spectrum Noir's Facebook page or Instagram feed if you're doing all of that. But I want to see what you've been doing, and I'll keep you up to date with a little bit more of what I get along to as well, Ben.
Just brilliant. Sarah, thank you so much. It's been such a brilliant show, hasn't it? And last chance to get your votes in for your favourite demo of the show. But one final quick note from you, Sarah, because I know you are dashing elsewhere. If anyone's on the fence about this collection, why should they go for it today?
Okay, you've seen all about why the pens are so awesome. You've heard from everybody else about why they're so awesome. The bottom line is, we probably will sell out of this bundle today. Okay, this bundle is probably going to go later on tonight, by the time we get the thousands of people who watch the show back on repeat, okay? It's not just the fact that the price is going to go back up, right? Because let's face it, it is an awesome deal to start with, and you've also got that extra 5% discount with your taste of at the moment. So it's not just the fact that it's an awesome deal, it's the fact that you won't be able to get them because we've only just managed to scrape together. I'd love to have just given you all the 6-pen sets, but we're out of stock of some of them. So what we've had to do is put single pens in to make it up so that you've got all 48 colours. So I know what happens. They'll want to put this on Second Chance Sunday next week. There'll be no second chance at the pens. it's going to be a smaller bundle because we might not have 48 colours, we'll only have 42. And you can guarantee you it's the popular, it's going to be the skin tones and things like that that sell out first, because that's what a lot of you will be going for. So if you're sitting on the fence and thinking about it, the bottom line is you don't want to think for too long. You next couple of hours, re-watch the show back, go and have a chat in the groups, check that everybody tells you as awesome as what you've heard on the show today. Shop around, you'll see what a phenomenal deal it is, but then don't think too long about it, because that it's not just the fact that the price is going up, because usually what we do on a Friday, the price is live all weekend because we've got nobody to change the prices the next day, so they stay live till the Monday. This isn't going to be in stock on Monday, and then that's going to be it. That's going to be a last chance gone.
There you go, Sarah. Thank you so much. I was just going to say, can you put the finished cards that you've done at the end of your event for me?
So we've got my daffodil, we've got my lovely little Shih Tzu, then I've got my lovely Mother Nature one, and what else? Oh, I did the butterfly as well, didn't I? Got the butterfly as well. So there's all my samples. So you can come in. Oh, is he coming to pick one?
Should we doing the winner now?
Go on. Oh, I should have guessed it would be that one. Do you know, you can take me one that was part finished as well. I might get a chance to, I think I might take that home this weekend and colour it in.
Yeah, why not?
I've loved doing that. Absolutely loved doing that.
Sarah, thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant, as per usual. And thank you to
I've got to head off, Ben.
Yeah,
I've got to go all the way next door because I'm on Create and Craft in 4 minutes.
We
and
better hurry
I'm
up
getting googly eyes there. So I'm off to go on Create and Craft.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye! Brilliant, eh? Absolutely brilliant. Yes, thank you so much for all your votes on Mother Nature, which is going to go up on our little crafty Walk of Fame, and we will be recapping, of course, on that on Second Chance Sunday. Am I here Sunday? I am, aren't I? What day is it today? Friday. Yeah, I am. So that'll be with me, Second Chance Sunday. So yes, absolutely brilliant. I honestly don't know what day of the week it is. I thought it was Monday when I came in. It's definitely Friday. But yeah, you heard it from Sarah. If you're still umming and ahhing, go for this deal today, because chances are it will not be here come the end of the weekend. And if you are still a little bit worried about things, thinking, shall I, shan't I? Go in the groups, have a little look, see what everyone else is saying about this collection and why you should go for it today at just £90 or £122.25 if you're shopping with us in the States. Right, we've had a few people saying, can you play that funny old shanty thing that you did earlier on? So I tell you what, we will do that. Let's do that. I'm going to be back with you. Am I saying bye now? Oh, I'm coming back. All right, okay, I thought I was about to say bye. Well, so here it is, the little sea shanty about the crafty man Craig. Here it comes.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at Craft Wars to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lottie for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
There you go. Thank you for all of the shares and love that you've shown that little song as well over the course of the day today. Brilliant. And a big thank you to Laura, producer Laura, and Adam, who put all of the video together, which is just brilliant. Right, that is just about it from me. We will be back with you in an hour's time for the final craft fault. I always find that the 7 o'clock show, we usually have a lot of fun, a lot of banter, bit of messing around. We're going to have some fun coming up at 7 o'clock because the craft vault that we've got coming up for you has got the price blast deals on it, and actually a lot of the deals have sold out already. So we will bring those deals to you. You right there? He's ready, look already. We'll be back. No, get out of here. We'll be back with you at 7 o'clock. For more deals with our craft vault. But for now, goodbye.
Bye.
Not even your show.